Tonight, on tales blown in on the jaguar wind, I, Firehand, resurrected the stones, though my wife and children lay dying. A camp people story. A hunter traveled to the lowlands to trade for medicines for his wife and children. When he returned, he gave this report. I am afraid, and I was afraid when I came through the glade of cascades alone. My traveling companion remained in the lowlands because of a woman, so I had to return with only one pair of eyes to keep watch on all sides. In the glade of cascades, I walked quickly. The statues were all tumbled down along the cascades of the river, so their eyes did not follow me. But I heard their mouths move the air and beckon me, those who had fallen on their backs. Firehand. They called me Firehand. I stood firm. Who is calling me, and how do you know my sacred name? I asked.
We fallen ones are calling you, and we know your sacred name because you revealed it to us when we entered your dreams. Set us upright, with our feet on the earth and our heads in the sky. The grubs are wriggling and proliferating under our bodies. Set us upright.
I was afraid, but I stood firm. I am only one man, I answered. So how can I set you great stones upright? I would have to bring 10 hunters here.
Come close,
they said,
and we will tell you.
Then I was more afraid. I did not move. I asked, who are you? Rocks that can talk to a man. They said,
we know you, but you do not know us. Come closer, and we will show you how to set us on our feet.
There were more statues than I have eyelashes lying by the cascades, and most were broken. I approached a statue that was broken, helpless in 3 pieces.
I can't rise again,
he said,
but help my brother who is whole. Set a belly stone at an arm's length beyond the head. Bring a straight branch for a lever, and notch the end for your cord to tie it. Gather fist stones from the river, and set a heap beside him. Then raise him up with the rocking lever using your fire hand.
So I lifted his brother as he directed, and I learned the rocking lever. I was very tired.
Stay here until you have raised up all the whole ones,
he told me.
The tasty creatures will come to you to feed you their meat.
Every day the game was miracle find at first light. I raised up the statues for 5 days. They ceased talking to me. When I lifted the last one, I stood firmly. I said, now, what do you tell me? I was listening for their answer a long time, but they did not give me any answer. When I slept on my waxed back mat, the stone man broken in 3 places stood up in my dream. In a bright light he addressed me. His middle part was on the bottom, and his bottom part was on the top.
Now I'm standing as men stand,
he said. I could not spear the fishes in his river. The second night I slept on my mat. The stone man broken in 3 pieces appeared in my dream in a bright light, and he addressed me.
Come back,
he said. My heart side foot was carrying me back. My liver side foot was carrying me home. So I waited and dreamed a 3rd night. The stone man broken in 3 parts entered my dream and addressed me in the dark.
Now is too late,
he said.
The whole ones have already begun to bury the broken ones. Take care of yourself.
So then I came home. That was the report of the hunter who returned alone from the lowlands through the glade of cascades. The man-woman asked him,
Do you want to go back to the statues at the glade of cascades with the woman-man?
For she herself was too old for that trail. Yes, he said.
Then hunt meat for your family and embrace them,
she said,
and the woman-man will go with you in the dry season.
So the same hunter returned to the statues in the glade of cascades, and the woman-man accompanied him. The hunter was trembling when they set out with his hunting tools and provisions. In the glade of cascades they saw the whole statues standing where he had set them upright with the rocking lever. The stones were silent. The man-woman had warned the woman-man, who was still young and inexperienced, that the stones would try to hold their silence. She had given him a portion of the 2 visions drug to open the ears of the hunter, and she had given him a little vial of fat of found jaguar to grease the lips of the statues. The woman-man said,
First we'll set him on his feet.
And they were able to dig out the stone man in 3 pieces and set up his 3 parts in order using gravel and mortar. They carried water from the river to wash off the soil and roots and grubs.
Now speak to your liberator,
the woman-man commanded the statue. He greased its lips with the fat of found jaguar. He cooked the leaves of the 2 visions drug and fed them to the hunter when the bats were first fluttering out. The hunter did not pass into his 2nd vision until the bats were fluttering back. Then the greased lips opened and addressed him, while the statue in 3 pieces stretched out his arm from the stone in bright light.
Take my hand. I give you my promise.
And the hand broke off, and the hunter came to his day mind with the stone hand in his clasp. But he did not know the promise of the statue in 3 pieces.
So do you want to do this again?
The woman-man asked the hunter. No, I cannot do this again. the hunter said. So the two traveled back to the camp people, carrying the stone hand in their pouches by turns. The hunter asked the man-woman, who was experienced, what was the promise of the stone hand?
Put it in my house and I will tell you. Bring food and water to my door.
The hunter's family brought food and water to her door. When the man-woman came out again, she said to the hunter,
Don't force me to tell you the promise of the stone hand.
But he forced her. So she directed him.
Go look at your wife and your children.
So he went and looked at them, and he knew they would die of sickness in a little while. When his wife and 2 children had died and were laid in the ground, he was like the stone man lying in 3 pieces. The man-woman told him,
Like the stone man, you will be set up again, and your parts set in order. This is the promise of the stone hand.
Then the hunter's first heart came alive again, and he thought he was standing like a man again. After a period of mourning, a new wife came to him, and he opened his arms to embrace her. His arms were strong like the digger animals to seize her. He said, Before you plant your garden, travel with me to the glade of cascades. She was the first woman to see the statues by the cascades. She saw the naked statues. They were all men. I set up these stones, he said, and she marveled. He called her to him, where he stood against the stone man in 3 pieces. He seized her. He said to the stone man, Now, make good your promise. When his new wife went on to the place of being born or dying, she dropped out 2 babies, a boy and a girl, completing his 3 pieces, and he was whole again. His new wife said,
Now I will take the name of your first wife, and I will give my children the names of your first children, and they will be alive in us because of your great love and courage. This is my gratitude to the woman who sacrificed for me, and I will work her mother's garden when I have finished my own.
This is the story of the hunter who set up the statues in the glade of cascades, and the storyteller's axe. Even if you stand on your head, the demons of your mind will keep their footing. Tonight's podcast is the product of the remarkable writings of Jean Maria Arrigo, amanuensis, performed by Westchester and Talia Morales, original score by Westchester, sound design by WCEXA, administrative support by Hal Brody, additional music and effects secured through a subscription to artlist.com. This podcast is made possible with a generous donation by the following individuals: Norman Wong, Dick Martin and Cindy Valentine, Chin Chin Wu, Miriam Herb Allen, and Hal Brody. All rights reserved. Estate of G. Maria Arrigo and Wes Chester. Thanks for listening.